Hi, everybody. Mr. Beeman here, your friendly neighborhood distance learning teacher. Today, I wanted to cover the order of operations. Now, order has to do with sequence, which we learned in reading. So, the order of operations is the sequence or the order in which we solve equations. That has to do with multi step kind of problems and things like that, where you're doing more than one operation. When I'm talking about an operation, I'm talking about adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing. Okay, these are our operations. All right, and in some equations, you have to do more than one. And there's some rules that are involved in solving order of operations. So today, I wanted to review some of these. Now, the way I was taught to do order of operations is to learn PEMDAS. Now, PEMDAS or PEDMAS, depending on how you want to say it, is the order. So number one is P. All right. So the first thing you always do is P. Now, P stands for parentheses. Now, parentheses are these things right there. And if they go around an equation, you always do that one first. Okay. Now, the second one is something called exponents. Now, in third grade, we don't really learn about exponents, but they're square numbers, which you have learned about a little bit in area. So a square number would be like 2 squared or 2 cubed. That just would be 2 times 2. Now, the next part, the third part, I'm going to put these together. The M and the D are multiplication and division, and they go together. Okay, so one doesn't go over the other one. So in an equation, if a multiplication comes first, you multiply first. If the division comes first from left to right, then you do division. So multiply and divide, these two go together. All right, and then finally, A and S are our last two operations, which would be addition and subtraction. They always come last. All right, that's not their least important. The rule is you always multiply and divide before you add and subtract. But if an addition or subtraction is inside a parenthesis, then you do that. So I wanted to take you through the order of operations, and then after I'm done, I'd like you to do a worksheet where I give you 10 questions that you have to kind of answer based on this video. So I hope everybody's paying attention. We're going to get started. So let's go with our equation. So for instance, if I gave you 2 plus 2, the operation is just 1. It would be addition, and there would be no issue. But if I gave you 2 plus 2 times 3, now we have to figure out what to do first. Okay? Now, with PEMDAS, PEMDAS, whoopsie. With PEMDAS, we can just look at it and decide, well, there's no parentheses yet, so I don't have to worry about that. There's no exponents, so I don't have to worry about that. There is a multiplication, so therefore, my multiplication would come first. So I do not do 2 plus 2 first. All right? I would do 2 times 3 first, which is it's a little different than you would be used to. So instead of doing 2 plus 2 first, because most people go left to right, I would actually do 2 times 3 first. And usually when I solve these, I kind of put little arrows down here. So we got a little arrow goes down there. And then 2 times 3 is 6. And then all I do is I bring down my other operation right there. So now I have 2 plus 6. And after 2 plus 6, I would know the answer is 8. Okay? Now, this is our first kind of peek into algebra. So when we're going to be solving variables next week, this is what we're going to have to use. There's the order of operations. So let's try another one. This time I'm going to do 2 plus 5 minus 3. Now again, we have 2 operations. So in PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, Well, we don't have any parentheses. We don't have any exponents. No multiplication or division. So just addition, subtraction. Now the rule is whatever comes first, you just go left to right. So therefore, I just start with the 2 plus 5. Now the 2 plus 5 would equal 7. And then I just bring down my other operation, which is minus 3. And then 7 minus 3 is 4. So remember, if it was reversed, it's still left to right. Remember, addition and subtraction, there is no order of operations for it. It's whatever is left to right. So let's say I had 5 minus 2 plus 3. Again, I have two operations. But since addition and subtraction are tied, I just go left to right. So 5 minus 2 would go first. It would be 3. And then 3 plus 3, because I bring that down there, is 6. All right? Now, here's where it gets a little more complicated is when we start doing parentheses. So let's take a look at an equation with parentheses. So let's go 5 times 3 plus 1. Now, if it was this way, we would just do 5 times 3 first. But if I add parentheses, these always go first. So now I must do my parentheses first. So 3 plus 1, I would go down as to 4. And then I would bring down my 5 times. Goes right there. 5 times 4 equals 20. All right. Now, if it didn't have parentheses, it would be a different answer. 5 times 3 plus 1 would be 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 1 would equal 16. So the parentheses, when you change the order of operations, it can change the answer. Let's try a tricky one. Let's do one more. So let's do 3 operations. So I got 5 times 3 divided by 5 plus 1. So now we have 3 operations. Now with PEMDAS, or PEDMAS, I like PEDMAS, we have no parentheses right now. All right, so we don't have to worry about that, no exponents. We do have a division and a multiplication. Now, we do from left to right, and then we have an addition. So, step 1, 5 times 3, it comes first. It would be 15. Now we have 15, we move everything down. We have 15 divided by 5 plus 1. Now we're going to do division because division comes before addition. So, 15 divided by 5 is 3. Bring down the plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Now, if we did this differently with parentheses, that could have completely changed the answer. So let's try one with parentheses. So let's go with this. 3 plus parentheses 5 times 2 minus 1 equals. So now we have 3 operations. We have a plus, a times, and a minus. So the order of operations states that we always do the parentheses first. So 5 times 2 comes first. 5 times 2 is 10. So now we have 3 plus 10 minus 1 equals. From there, it's just left to right because addition and subtraction are tied. So 3 plus 10 is 13, and 13 minus 1 is 12. And that is the order of operations. So what I'd like you to do now is go ahead and print out the PDF that I left an attachment below. And I'd like you to go ahead and try to answer those 10 questions. Good luck, and email me if you have any questions at all. Bye.